Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Gold Silver Report for the Monday, July 12th, and start on the weekly chart today. So we've got this large wave 4 coming here. It looks like a nice size. It looks big enough and ugly enough for it to be a wave 4, and certainly big enough in compared to the previous corrections to be completed. So we can count this up here as wave 1 here. So from wave 4 to wave 5 here, looking for 5 waves as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. But we have to be careful. If we make a new low here, this is already pulled back from, if we look at that as wave 1 here, well, let's just grab our things here. If we look at this as, oops, daisy, copy this. If we look at this as wave 1 here and copy that for wave 2 here, we don't want it coming down any further than it currently is, because that's the 50-60% retracement level from that. Well, take it from this point. So we're sitting right on that 61.8% roughly, So we don't want to see any move below this low here. Then it would have to put wave 4. We'd have to put wave 4 over here, and we'd have to look at this as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave down here to make a new low. So we must stay here. What we're really looking for is we're looking for support on the number 1800 here. It's a minor level, and we're looking for support on that level. And there's a certain swing range that we can allow the market to swing around this number. So let's go in and start checking on this. So yeah, we're looking at it like this with wave 4 here, with wave 1, ABC for wave 2 here, and then building up there. So there's a case for that. I'm also going to have a look at the bearish count today as well. Yeah, so we want that 1800 as support, and we're seeing the market fluctuate around that there, vibrate there, and we can normally look at that sort of vibration in terms of the trading levels within group 1 and 2. So we'll look at that. Also, the bearish count would look at this move up here as a wave 4, and then moving down for wave 5 at that point. So if we just have a quick look at that before we drill in, I think this should do the trick. Yeah, so it could count out like this here with an A wave here, a B wave here, and a C wave here. So in a nutshell, we really want this top to be taken out here. Once that top's taken out, then we're done, because the 38.2% retracement level for this is somewhere around here, roughly speaking. Well, let's just check it out while we're here then. So from this point here down, I need to take it from this wave 3 and not the low here, and that just brings us in, well, quite neatly on the highs there for that. So that's a real possibility, and in that case we could look at this as wave 1 here and back for 2, and that's making new lows here. Now I'm just speculating, but just looking at that side of it. So let's just cruise onto the more bullish side, keep folks happy. So we've been counting here, along here. We've got a long trade in here. We're keeping a stop out of the way here. We do have another one in here for the short-term traders. So this wave 1 can go here. And also, if you've got wave 1 sitting on top of the B wave, that's okay as well. From this low to these highs here, this is the 50-60% retracement level. And what I said about the swing range at this price point here, the 1800, is group 1 above, so 10, 20, and 30 make up minor group 1 and minor group 2 below. That would be the natural. If there's going to be a correction at this number, which number, the 1000's not important, it's the 8 here that's important. And I forgot what I was going to say, but yeah, anyway, that's the swing. It would stay within that range there. So I've said that before. We've got here before we got here, and we're still swinging in that range. So we've kept our stop out. So we've done all the right things. Now, this this could be, the wave 2 should be really simple. It should just be an A, B, and C, but taking the B wave at the top here, taking out, that's probably not a good look. So it's also possible to have this here as wave 1 here, and then an A wave here, a B wave here, and then 5 waves down for the C wave here, coming into the 1772 area, 1780 sort of area for this here. So I really don't know the answer for that. We just really need to wait and see. But the promising fact is that this is an impulse wave. But the only problem with this impulse wave, as I mentioned before, it can also fit in there nicely as a wave, as a C wave for a wave 4, looking at this as an A and a B and a C wave here coming down here. So that's really on the cards there for that. So yeah, we need to be a little bit mindful of that. And we won't know if this is true until we move past the 50-60% retracement levels. So yeah, basically we've been, the safe trade is basically looking for this number here as the support and then buying new highs. So that's really what we're at with this at the moment. So in that case, if you're looking to stack any real dollars, then it would have to be above this level here, unless we've got a different type of setup at that point. But just coming back to our more bullish count and putting that into play here as well. So we can take that and put that there. So taking that top out there would be the safe trade at this point. So yeah, as it stands today, this can be an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave moving down through here. Yeah, so as a B wave, we'll go and investigate that. It's not a very nice sort of B wave, so we'll just keep this here as well. So the next little step you could take if you were wanting to build into a position is looking for support on 1810. So a classic trading levels pattern sitting on 1810, and of course that would look like this here. So if that was the 1810 here, we've already got the arrival at this stage and we've got the reaction just happening now. But if we get the first high above the level, then the ABC, then you'll know what to do over here. You can build in a position over there. So currently we have the arrival and the reaction here. So if we just remove these here, so we've got the arrival and the reaction here, and yeah, so we'd still need the first high above the level. So we'd still need to look that may come down here a little bit in 3 waves, and then the first high above the level, and then the ABC correction. So if you see something like that and you're okay with it, then you can build in on that level there. But we just got to be careful we don't drop down into this. If you do drop down into this, you'll need to hold this out at that point. But as I mentioned, yeah, as an A wave, that's fantastic because it's nice and sharp, like this one here is nice and sharp. That's what an A wave normally does. And this one up here, this move here, like we could look at this as 5 waves to that little point there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this little bit, and then we've got this correction here, and then we've got this 1 and 2 here and 3. So I think that there could be one more little high to come in up here for that. Let's just check it out on a 5-minute chart or something. Yeah, see this move here, that's impulsive. This is corrective. All this would be the same here. That also looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. That looks positive as well. I just don't think it's finished to the upside, even if it is a correction, because I think that, well, this makes a nice 5 waves here as 1 and 2 in here. And then this would be 1 and 2 here. This could also be 1 and 2 here as well. But I can't look at this as an A wave to here, then an A and a B and a C wave to here. So like an A, B, and C here. I can't look at it like that because this is impulsive here. There's still 1 wave short here. But if that was going to push up there, for instance, then it brings it pretty high up here for that. So then it's probably likely still in the bullish market at that point, probably still this is sort of bullish in that way. I mean, the size of this here, to the width of this. You know what I mean? It's like a sort of big, it's a big difference. So we could be certainly starting a trend to the upside here, but all I say is that let's get a classic trading levels pattern sitting on top of this 1810, and it's the 10's the important one here. The number, it's actually number 1. So yeah, you can look to go long above here for that. You could do that. Yeah, don't overtrade anyway. You need to be able to accommodate a move back lower at that point. So just going back to the 1 hour for a second. I mean, it looks a little bit flimsy sitting up here so far. I mean, I can see that it's got nice support in this area here now. It's sort of squared up a little bit, which is good. But this looks like it's still like topping to that point. Do you know what I mean? So we should you should really expect something to pop down here in this case, unless we get support on the 1810 at that point. Yeah, I mean, normally we go long above, when we got a large number like this 18 here, we'd go long above the 1830 as support, because if we get support on the 1830, the top of minor group 1, we know that the market's not going to be pulled back to the 1800 at that point. It will be pulled up to the 50, so it's taking it away from that number. But this number, while it's in this range here of 10, 20 and 30, and also in the bottom range here of group 2 in this range, then it's all part of this number. It's correcting, vibrating at that number, and is not completed yet. So yeah, we'll see how that that plays out. We'll have a quick look at silver. So with silver here, off the low, like gold, this is the low here, we're looking at 5 waves up here, and then we're looking for an ABC back, so that's pulled in nicely, and it has turned and moved up, which is nice. If you're playing it this close to the market, then you'll need your stop out of the way here for this, so you could probably easily get stopped out with this situation. So it's only for, you know, highly speculative traders that have moved in on that area. But as an ABC there, that's what we were looking at yesterday, and that's moving along nicely at this point. So the interesting numbers here, of course, 600 is important, but we're moving up into group 2. So 2650, that's what you want. If you get support on that, then we know that we're going higher at that point. That's the key number, and it's the lower end of group 2. So 65, 72, and the 80 here for that, or $28. So 2650 is key for silver to be pushing up higher at that point. And we'll just have a look at, I was going to have a look at GDX, but anyway, I did that in the Australian video, so you can have a look at that in there. I won't pull that up. So just to recap, not so much silver, but this one here. So it's all looking good. It can pull back to the box at in group 2 here and find support here, so we're leaving the stop out of the way. Definitely larger positions can be taking that high out here of that B wave high. It's also possible that this wave 1 is sitting over here on top of this one, and this is just the A wave, the B wave and the C wave here. You could add a very small position if you wanted to on 1810, but you'd need that classic trading levels pattern as I mentioned. And then you'd also want to be doing the same at 1820 and 1830 and 1850, all the normal stuff. That's where you'd be building in through group 1 and onto the midpoint, and then we can deal with it, you know, further up. But they're the positions that we want. So the big picture has always been for us, like calling the low in here, and then getting support on here. We nipped in a position here, that's okay. But we wanted to, you know, get a really nice solid support here. And I just don't quite know if we've got it just yet. It's certainly looking good, but we could get a sharp move down here just to take everybody out and then move off, you know, so that's what you need to be a little bit mindful of. Alrighty, I'll leave it at that, and, you know, we'll probably know where we are in a few days. Alrighty, cheers.